Welcome to the NCAA Softball Super Regionals, presented by Capital One. Sherry Parker Lee Stadium here in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's game 2 of our Super Regionals. The 7-seed Tennessee, their backs are up against it. Must win tonight against the Nebraska Huskers. If Nebraska wins, they are going to the World Series because they took charge under the direction of Jordy Bahl last night in game 1. A 5-2 win. Stellar in the circle, also scored a couple of runs, doing it all for Nebraska. So they are 1 win away from advancing to their first World Series in 11 years. Winner of our bracket will match up against what appears to be the Oklahoma Sooners opening day on Thursday in Oklahoma City. Texas Tech, the only team so far that has advanced on the other side of the bracket. We got some game 3s coming up tomorrow. Will we have a game 3 here tomorrow? We're about to find out. Beth Mowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith. Game 1 goes to Nebraska, and we have a similar showdown here tonight. Must win for Tennessee with these 2 All-American pitchers toe-to-toe.
We got 2 of the biggest stars in all of the game going head-to-head. This is what you want in a Super Regional. Now we have that rematch.
Yeah, and absolutely for Nebraska, it's 21 outs and their opportunity to punch their ticket to the World Series. It's been over a decade for them.
And it all starts with the 2-time national champion Jordy Bahl from her days at Oklahoma, now back home at Nebraska, 1 win away from getting them to the World Series.
Yeah, Jordy Bahl is a flat-out superstar. She can do it on both sides of the ball. Her pitching has been outstanding. How about 26 wins on the year, over 270 strikeouts? She can expand the zone, just explosive, all that energy. But she's also a force to be reckoned with that bat. How about a batting average over 470? 50% of her hits are for extras, and she can run like a thoroughbred. She just has so much energy. She totally just leads this Nebraska team.
And just spectacular so far in the postseason. 3-0 in the circle and batting .750 with power at the plate. She, oh, by the way, is 2-0 this year against Tennessee and Karlyn Pickens. Another opportunity for Karlyn after she took the loss in game 1.
Well, you want to give it to your ace. Tennessee's entire season is on the line. And when you think about one of the best pitchers in the country, it is Karlyn Pickens. And she showed that last night with the swing and miss stuff. She had 7 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings. The rise ball, the velocity, super effective. The passion was there. Expect much of the same. This is one of the best pitchers that you're going to see. Her ERA, best in Division I. And you think about it, Tennessee really gave them that game. 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches. 3 of those came around and scored. 2 errors led to 2 unearned runs. So you think about that, and Tennessee plays clean ball, they can win this game.
Yeah, the mistakes are fixable for the Lady Vols. They've pulled out those spectacular Summit blue jerseys and what they hope will be a special occasion. Must win tonight or the Huskers advance. Getting set for first pitch, game 2 in Knoxville. And Nebraska will be the home team in hostile territory tonight as we check out our Capital One starting lineup. And a big shakeup for Tennessee. The top 3 all new. Leach, Nugent, Dodge, and Sophia hit a home run off of Jordy Bahl. The shakeup, what Karen Weekly said pregame, was to get the bats going with the 3 who have hit ball the best in their 2 matchups, 1 in the regular season, 1 last night.
Yeah, these top 3 in the order combined .436 in the 2 games that they faced Jordy Bahl. So very reliant on the numbers specific to Jordy and those that can put it in play and aren't going to have a lot of swing and miss.
Yeah, that one hits Gabby Leach, and how about that? After Bahl did not issue a free pass last night in 7 innings, hits the first one tonight.
Well, Gabby also on the plate, and that's part of the plan against Jordy Bahl. These lefties crowding the plate, looking away. Really took away that inside part of the plate for Jordy.
Yeah, she was good last night. At one point, 80% of her pitches were for strikes. Ended the game at 75% of her pitches as strikes.
The other thing with this lineup tonight for Tennessee, it's a little more left-right, left-right. Instead of lining up the hitters on the same side of the plate for a stretch.
Sophia Nugent backs off the plate. You're going to see the righties off the plate, the lefties on the plate, really looking for that arm side, which is the inside part of the plate to these righties.
These two former teammates at Oklahoma squaring off tonight. Now that's in for a strike from Bahl. Nugent, 1 for 3 yesterday. OPS of over 1,000 on the season with those 17 home runs. Catches the corner, 1 and 2.
Going immediately attacking on the outer half after yesterday being on the inner half.
Seeing exactly their plan.
Got her to chase. 1 down.
After setting her up on the outer half, she comes up with that rise ball. And that one is going to start middle. It's going to curve up and away. Multi-dimensional. First strikeout of the game for Jordy Bahl, getting Nugent to chase.
Here's Ella Dodge. That squirts away from the catcher, Breadwell. And down to second base goes Leach. There's an obstruction call as well on the play. So one thing they avoided yesterday were the miscues, and already a couple here in the early going for this battery. Drilled down the line and gone. Ella Dodge, 2-run home run. And Tennessee immediately looks different than they did last night with the lineup change from Karen Weekly.
Well, and this is going with a freshman. I mean, Ella Dodge is, you guys, a 239 hitter. She puts her up in the 3-hole because she's been 2 for 6 against Jordy Bahl. Her 6th home run on the season, and I love that she turns on this pitch. We talked about the lefties crowding. She reacts to them coming inside. Beautiful adjustment from yesterday. First left-handed home run off a ball all season long.
Just the 17th home run that Jordy Bahl has given up. And as you mentioned, all right-handed hitters. Ella Dodge, a Clearwater bomber from the Clearwater area. Everybody's super excited about her being a volunteer and everything that she brings to the program. But you're right, not the prototypical home run hitter.
No.
For the Vols.
What a massive confidence booster, too, for this Tennessee team. Boo Gibson out in front of that off-speed pitch.
Well, and I think that'll be the result. Jordy Bahl is going to throw a healthy dose of change-ups in this game to try to keep Tennessee off balance.
Usually it's the opposite too. You'll see Jordy Bahl or a right-handed pitcher, it's going to be lefties that tend to have higher numbers. The fact that she has not given a home run to a left-handed batter just shows how good her stuff is. And then how impressive Ella Dodge, I can't get over it. The freshman who is not bat in the 3-hole all year long and just hitting over a buck or 200 and just Karen Weekly understanding, but you hit her well. So I'm going to put you in a position.
Reactionary ability to turn on the ball.
The top 3 in their lineup were 1 for 10 and reached base 1 time yesterday against Jordy. And already a base runner followed by a 2-run home run here in the first inning tonight. Checking with Sophia Nugent, too, who has hit in this half inning, looking for a little more information. Talking about spin.
Yeah, recognizing spins.
And Bahl with her second free pass to the first 4 batters tonight.
Being in control last night, again at one point, 80% of her pitches strikes, already struggling here in this first inning.
What a difference overnight. It was Nebraska who jumped in front early in the first inning in game 1, and now here in game 2, Tennessee making noise. Taylor Pannell in the 5 spot in the lineup. Fabulous during the regular season for the Lady Vols, trying to regain that form in the postseason, and chases out of the zone there. And welcome to Knoxville and the Super Regional Game 2. Early fireworks here in the top of the first for Tennessee in a must-win situation tonight. After Nebraska won game 1 last night and Jordy Bahl was near perfect in the circle, early problems with a couple of free passes and Ella Dodge, a 2-run home run, the first left-hander to take Bahl deep all season long. And they've got 1 on with 1 out right here for Taylor Pannell. And Bahl gets her second strikeout. 2 down. Let's revisit the Dodge long ball.
Ella Dodge did such a beautiful job. They had been looking away, middle away the entire game yesterday, able to react to a pitch more middle and up in the zone. The Froshy, 6th home run of the year. Beth, you mentioned it. Never been done to Bahl this season.
Slow roller to second. Lauren Kamenzen scoops over to first, and that will end the inning. But just what the doctor ordered in those Summit blue jerseys for Tennessee. Out to the early lead. And we welcome you back to the NCAA Softball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Tennessee, an Ella Dodge home run in the top of the first, and they lead it 2-0. Must win for the Lady Vols tonight after Nebraska won game 1 last night. I'm Beth Mowens alongside our Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith, Jessica Mendoza. Just what Tennessee needed, a shakeup in the batting order, and it works right away.
I love putting the freshman in the 3-hole for the first time all season because Karen Weekly knew, hey, she hits Jordy Bahl well. Her 6th home run of the season off of Jordy in the top of the first.
And now what's this mean for Pickens?
Well, it's the first time all series she's going to be pitching with the lead, so I think it means a lot. It means she can expand the strike zone, but most importantly, Beth and Jess, she has to be able to throw her changeup for a strike. It was elevated last night. She wasn't able to really use it effectively, so I think that if we can, if she can get them going and that changeup going, she'll be good.
Here's the starting lineup brought to you by Capital One. And Jordy Bahl swinging at the very first pitch of the game last night, got a base hit, got on board and scored against Pickens. The junior from North Carolina stepping in, has reached base 15 of her 16 plate appearances. Had another showdown with Pickens,
.99 ERA. That's still, that number jumps out.
#1 in the country coming into the weekend.
And this is the battle too. We talk about Bahl versus Pickens in the circle, but she's been their best hitter. And this is the matchup you can't wait for. Jordy Bahl, the leadoff hitter for Nebraska.
Well, last night she was first pitch swinging, hit that ball through the 5-6 hole, so leading off in many different ways. Just that great prototypical leadoff hitter with power as well.
Matchup of All-Americans, the Big Ten Player of the Year against the SEC Pitcher of the Year. Jordy, of course, also the Pitcher of the Year in the conference. The first time that has happened in the history of Big Ten softball. And just the 4th time ever in the power leagues that someone swept both. Out of Papillion, Nebraska. Her first full season back after returning from an ACL injury last year. Drives this one deep into foul territory.
Oh.
And did she come up with that? Terrific effort from Alana Leach, who was making just her 8th start of the season out there in left field.
That was incredible just to get herself in position to catch this. Runs into the wall.
She went a long way.
She's running full speed. I was worried she was going to be a little shaken up running into that wall.
She starts in left. Her sister Gabby starts in right field with Kinsey Fiedler between them in center tonight. And Jordy looking at the 7th pitch of this AB. Didn't hit a whole lot her first 2 seasons, and one of the attractions at Nebraska was to be able to swing the bat. And all she's done is hit over 400 with over 20 home runs. That's a fair ball. And she will leg it out. And for the 2nd game in a row, she's on base to lead off.
I mean, we've talked about what she can do, batting average in the circle. It's the speed component, you guys, that's really jumped out to me in this Super Regional. She scored yesterday all the way from first base, and this is just legging out a hard-hit ball that you see Panel have to dive for, and it's not even close. Getting down the line to get their leadoff batter on.
Yesterday in the first inning, she then stole a base and came in to score. And here is Samantha Bland. These top 3 have been as good as anybody in the country in the postseason, with Bahl, Bland, and Kuzak hitting over 500 with 7 home runs and 22 RBI in their 4 games so far. This is where they generate 8 runs per game, the 2nd highest scoring team in the country, and that will get through into the 5-6 hole. And the tying runs aboard.
Well, and just respecting the speed of Jordy Bahl on first base, Mueller, the shortstop, is up the middle. So this looks like it's a routine ground ball to shortstop, and because she's so far up the middle protecting Jordy's ability to run, that ball scooches through. So a couple of hits here in the bottom of the first.
Pickens yesterday, 3 2/3 innings of work, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. She threw 63 pitches. The control was a bit of an issue. So trying to lock in here, Smitty, with the early lead. And Nebraska immediately threatening. Here's Kuzak. Opposite. Leach is there to make the catch. Bahl will try and hustle over to third. She does, and also sliding in safely at second is Bland. And it's as good as a long sacrifice. So now 2 in scoring position with 1 down.
Jordy Bahl just continuing to utilize that speed. I mean, this is hit shallow enough to where it's not just a routine, you're going to get it to third base. But she makes it that.
Productive out. So important in this situation.
Here's Hannah Kamensit, who hit a home run last night.
She swung first pitch. The rise ball from Pickens hit it out.
Wow, ricocheted off the back wall and then hit the home plate umpire, Cam Ellison.
The defense is in for Tennessee. So Boo Gibson, the first baseman, was right there. The ball went off of Nugent, as you mentioned, Beth. Holy cow. Very fortunate for Tennessee that Jordy was not able to score on that.
You'll see some of these Nebraska hitters all the way in the back of the box as far as you can. I mean, it's no secret. Karlyn Pickens, I don't know if you've seen, but she throws the hardest velocity in all of college softball, and that's the respect you get. Back foot on the back line.
Lives in the low 70s. Just missed away. Showed her a different speed there. Top 10 in the country this year in strikeouts. Right back up the middle, and it ricochets off of Pickens out into left, and 2 runs will score, and immediately Nebraska ties the game up.
How about the response from Nebraska? I mean, first of all, Jordy Bahl getting on base with the hit, Sammy Bland, and even Ava with the out, getting them both into the scoring position. Karlyn Pickens, normally a play that she makes. It's hit hard up the middle, but because of the ricochet, allows 2 runs to come in easily to score. You guys, 3 hard ground balls have been the force for Nebraska's offense in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, they have been on time with anything hard. Karlyn Pickens has to be able to get that off-speed pitch in for a strike.
Still just the 1 out. With Kamensit on first, here's Olivia DiNardo. DP from San Mateo, transferred in from Arizona after a couple of seasons, but grew up a Nebraska fan. And that's a big story for this Husker roster. A lot of Nebraska ties that have returned home to play for Rhonda Revelle, a former Husker player herself, now in her 33rd season at Nebraska. A win tonight, and it will be 5 trips to the World Series in 5 different decades as a player and coach. And Pickens trying to end the inning here, 2-2. Gets a swing and a miss and her first strikeout.
Pickens stretching the zone, is going to work on the outer half, a little bit of low. It's got some gyro spin on that screwball, so it's running away from the lefty.
Here's Bella Bacon. Almost took her coach out on that one. Started her career at Purdue, originally from Omaha. Grew up playing travel ball with Jordy and Kuzak. Go-ahead run on base here with 2 outs. And a frantic first inning. A 2-2 game.
I think it's definitely advantage hitters after seeing both of the pitchers yesterday.
Tennessee arguing that hit her bat.
There was definitely a reaction both from Nugent behind the plate and even Bella Bacon.
Chad Steers is at first, Rob Penikoff at second, Susan Eads at third tonight.
It changed direction.
Two and two. Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pickens to end the inning. Buckle up, folks. 4 runs in the first inning.
Welcome back to Knoxville, where we are seeing Jordy Bahl, the pitcher and the hitter, be one of the most dynamic players in all of softball. It started out her freshman year at Oklahoma when she went 22-1 and won a national championship. As a sophomore, another national championship, most outstanding player, but then transferring to her home state school of Nebraska, injury struck. Her ACL tear really set her back, having to sit out all of last year. It was a brutal and grueling rehab process for Jordy Bahl. She did a little bit of everything, but she said, you know, I felt at peace. It's the first time since I was in 8th grade where I didn't feel the pressure to perform. All I had to do was heal and get ready, but it was an exhaustive rehab process. And I can tell you, this is just over a year removed from an ACL injury. She is out here running bases, diving into home, pitching high speeds, and everything she does, I continue to be amazed at what this young woman has done coming back from that injury.
And Holly, that journey is on the brink of taking an extraordinary turn, because the winner of this series will play Oklahoma on opening day at the World Series on Thursday. The Sooners punch their ticket this afternoon. And softball fans worldwide knew that it was a possibility that it might happen, that Bahl could face Oklahoma on the grand stage again. And if Nebraska wins tonight, it happens on Thursday. Here's Emma Clark, 7, 8, and 9 coming up. Tennessee scoring their 2 runs off a ball and a 2-run home run from Ella Dodge. Jordy with 2 free passes in that first inning.
Well, I think the perfect example of the bottom of the first is why Jordy Bahl wants to hit. She wants to help herself out. She was really upset after giving up that home run. What does she do? First batter, gets on base, runs out a single, ends up coming around to score.
1-2 pitch. Let's see if the bottom can be as productive. Even though there's been a lineup shakeup for the Lady Vols, they had 4 hits from the bottom 3 in their order last night. This the 3rd game this year they are seeing Bahl. They had more strikeouts than hits in the first 2 matchups with her. And they will rely big time here tonight and possibly tomorrow on their tough schedule, week in and week out against SEC opponents.
They call their game 3s, their Sundays, Super Regional Sunday.
Yeah. They're trying to get to a Sunday matchup tomorrow. They were 7-1 Sundays in the SEC this year.
Well, I think the biggest thing they take away is they gave Nebraska that game. I mean, there were so many errors and free passes, and didn't just outright get beat.
And the Huskers were very opportunistic, took advantage of all of those.
I mean, Nebraska only had 4 hits. But you're right, they took advantage of the free passes.
Errors were provided 2 runs. She's already throwing more pitches. Tennessee's getting a longer look at her. 8th pitch of this at-bat to Clark. Sends that the opposite way, and Hannah Kamens is right there. 1 down. Let's send it down to Holly Rowe.
Well, you're talking about the resilience of Tennessee to come back after a tough start in their series on Friday night in the SEC. Well, their motto all season long has been keep throwing punches, punch to kill. KTP, PTK, and there are the boxing gloves. These are in the dugout right now. We caught a shot of these pregame, and I asked the players, are these important today? And they said it's never been more important for our theme. We got to come out swinging against Nebraska.
And have they ever? Holly, I mean, Ella Dodge, the big home run from her, the top of the first inning. Nebraska has tied it up, but still I think Tennessee making that statement, to your point, the boxing glove, they definitely swing first.
Here's Laura Mueller. Ground ball, back up the middle and out into center field.
Well, they already look like they know what they're hunting, Jess, right? They're barreling up pitches a lot better than they did yesterday. Not chasing pitches out of the zone as much.
Just an understanding of where Jordy Bahl likes to go. They backed off the plate as righties coming in on the hands. Just the ability to put the ball in play.
6th hit for Lori in this NCAA tournament. And the go-ahead run on base. Yeah, we talked last night was kind of a prove-it night for Nebraska, and they did. Tonight now becomes a prove-it night for Tennessee because they lost at home in the Supers last year. 5 times in 8 seasons, they've been knocked out of the tournament at home. They want to send this in a different direction and get back to Oklahoma City where they were a couple of years ago. Ironically enough, facing Jordy Bahl, who beat them with Oklahoma.
Well, and this is a Tennessee team that was ranked #1 in the country at one point this season. I mean, they definitely have shown the capability of being one of the best teams in college softball.
And for a strike, 1-2.
Gabby Leach, I mean, we're seeing it too with her sister Gabby. She got hit by a pitch, who's on deck right now, but sorry, Alana Leach, she is on the plate. That front foot.
This is her 2nd at-bat of the tournament. She's got 7 hits on the season, so a big night for her tonight with her sister. Lays off of that, 2-2.
Yeah, and to your point, Jess, so the lefties are closed up because of the way Jordy likes to throw to that arm side or to the outside part of that plate.
I mean, that's challenging her big time.
Toes almost in the river, dipping a toe in the river, Michelle.
When she hit Gabby, just trying to come inside, because if you look at her elbow, that's over the plate.
Ball tried to come inside on her. Stepping on the bag is Kuzak over to first, and a terrific scoop from Bella Bacon for the double play.
Challenging Leach on the inner half. Kuzak is going to cake this ball up the middle. Step on second, over to Bella Bacon at first for the double play to get out of the jam. 13th double play of the year for Nebraska.
The NCAA Softball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Our Hall of Fame reporter Holly Rowe on the camera out there in the RV park. That's right, you heard it right. Like they're lining up for football games with the RVs, they do it for softball here at Tennessee.
So cool.
It's amazing.
And it's a special weekend on Rocky Top. RVs rolling in from all over the southeast. And they party out there in the parking lot. Some sort of creamsicle jello concoction apparently might be waiting out there post-game. I'm just
saw the barbecue, the margaritas.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've been here since Friday morning, like lining up. They got all the spots too. It's
spectacular.
Sold out RV.
Crowds have been phenomenal all around the super regional sites this weekend. The Locos are in their, is that Captain Jack Sparrow up there? They're in their pirate gear. The Pirates' booty would be a win in game 2 for the Locos. and force a game 3 tomorrow.
Wasn't it? Monsters Inc. yesterday. All the Disney faves.
Mm-hmm. Abby Squire, 7, 8, and 9 here for Nebraska. Pickens in front, 0-2.
That's, I think, we're going to see a lot more of is fouling pitches off, longer at bats. Second time now, 2 days in a row, seeing the same pitcher.
Swing and a miss for Pickens. That is 3 strikeouts in a row.
And that's the pitch she needs. That's her off speed, and it's off speed in the low 60s. So at times it's what a lot of other pitchers are throwing at full velocity. The dip on that pitch, though, so it's got good separation moving down. It's got vertical drop, so that's what she's going to need to continue to use.
Well, and Karen Weekly talks about her competitiveness in the circle, and Smitty, you know about that fire in the belly after a tough loss, and you want to come right back the next night, get the job done.
Absolutely, Beth. The thing I think with Karlyn is sometimes she has a tendency to throw through her pitches. So when you're throwing as hard as she is in the mid to high 70s, you run out of real estate. So your pitch doesn't really move. It just comes in hard. And the hard has not fooled Nebraska. So if she can use that off-speed pitch in the low 60s and get some good rise movement, drop movement on her pitches, her spin speed.
Especially this time of year, because you have faced velocity. You can crank up the machine, like Holly Rowe talked about yesterday, dim the lights, try to recreate that quick reaction time.
Fouled off by Lauren Kamenzen. The Kamenzen sisters, of course, from their days at Arkansas, would be somewhat familiar with Pickens. May have even faced her a time or two. Looking for her first hit of the Supers. Lady Vol fans thought that one was juicy.
I don't think there's anything about Pickens that's juicy. It's all hard to hit.
And Kamenzen draws a walk down the bottom of the order. Holly?
You're talking about the competitive nature of Karlyn Pickens. Going through high school, she played 3 sports all 4 years. She was not only a standout in softball, but look at this volleyball arm whip. She was an all-conference performer in volleyball. She was all-state in basketball. I was talking to her mom about this, and she said, you know, she was just good at everything, but she had such dedication, 3 sports year-round, and she carries that competitive fire into the circle.
And the confidence that sports have provided. I mean, she throws any pitch on any count.
Fire and passion is what she said is the theme for herself. She said she struggled with failure her freshman years. Holly talked about she dominated everything. A lot of college athletes, they get to a point where it's like they've never had to deal with failure before, and she said she really got down on herself, down on the game, and something that she's now used to motivate herself this junior year is to find that passion. Why do I love doing that? Where's that fire and willingness to compete?
Well, and this is the other thing that she's got going for her. She, in her 3-year career, has never lost back-to-back starts to the same opponent.
That's incredible.
That is amazing.
Trying to keep that streak alive and force a game 3 tomorrow, and she might have to throw again. Good chase there.
Good location, competitive pitch. And that's what she needs to continue to do. She can't have those pitches that fall out low in the zone or the rise that's non-competitive too high up in the zone.
Buzz the tower, full count. 6 free passes yesterday for this pitching staff were a significant issue. Just 1 so far. And now she's struck out 4 of the last 5, 2 down. And it's back to Jordy Bahl in the top of the lineup.
Rise ball going upstairs. She gets this one a little more competitive because she starts it lower. Good job by Nugent to hold on to that foul tip.
Jordy a single on the 8th pitch of her first at-bat tonight. Pickens is regularly now hitting mid-70s.
Last pitch 76. She's thrown the highest velocity of the season in this game.
Two-0 to Bahl.
Ball to chase that pitch a little bit up, a little bit out of the zone.
Smoke show, 2-2.
Spin, we talk a lot about her speed, but the spin on those last 2 pitches, 1,800 RPMs plus. Average on a raised ball is about 1,200.
Full count again.
That's where she's at her best, is when she's spinning and has that velocity. If you have that combination going at once, good luck.
All-American showdown. Got her. Karlyn Pickens has struck out 5 of the last 6 she's faced. And the finish with the flourish there to get Bahl.
Karlyn Pickens just using that velocity going down in the zone, and then the rise ball hop in. She beats her counterpart, strikes out Bahl. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Karlyn Pickens.
Like I said, home has always been super important to me. And so even when I went down to OU, it was hard because I never wanted to leave home. Like, this place and these people mean so much to me. And so it would just be so cool to just capitalize on what this team can do and have little girls dream of playing for this program.
And so Jordy Bahl, her 2nd year at Nebraska, but just the 1 appearance last year with the ACL injury, but back home, 1 win away from getting these Huskers, where she went twice with Oklahoma. Won a national championship, was an MVP of the World Series. 5th player with the 2020 home runs and wins, but none of the previous hit 400. And Jordy has a shot at being the first ever 25-25 player in the history of the game. Here's the 2-0 to Gabby Leach, back to the top of the order, so 2nd time around.
And it's the things that don't get charted, Beth. We talk about her home runs, her ERA, the stuff that's obvious, but talking to Tennessee, they were talking about how their short game is eliminated. They can't even go to the drag bunt. Even thinking about slapping, because guess what? Jordy Bahl will get it. She is all over anything in front of her, to her side. Those kind of things don't get keeping track of, but she's eliminated it for Tennessee.
Yeah, so that corners being back gives her more ability for her infield to be able to field balls, because she can get to everything in front and to the side.
That's her 3rd free pass, 2nd time to Gabby Leach. You heard her say she wanted to stay home and had initially committed to Nebraska, but then reopened her recruitment, ended up signing with Oklahoma. 6 years ago, some players at Nebraska did not like the way that Rhonda Revelle was coaching the team and the culture that was around the program. There was an internal and an external investigation at the school, and at the end of that, the university announced that Rhonda would stay, and she would continue to be their coach. She would continue to lead this team. But there were some dark days after that on the recruiting trail. And now, 6 years later, winning back the trust and respect of all these Nebraskans that have returned home. What a possible weekend for Rhonda's redemption if they get back to Oklahoma City, and they do it with the likes of Bahl.
Yeah, well, Rhonda Revelle is one of the most respected coaches in the game. I remember when she was going through that, she had so much support from the rest of the country, head coaches, people coming up and saying, hey, we believe in you, Rhonda. We know the type of person and coach that you are. I've actually played with her and Lori Sipple, so I know the type of people they are. She runs a top-notch program.
Lori, her longtime assistant and pitching coach.
Hundreds of alumni that came out. And you're talking about decades of players that she's impacted and coaches. Players that are watching now and cheering on this weekend that feel for sure that they are a part of this run.
Nugent. Out to shallow center, and that's going to find some grass. And that'll bump the go-ahead run into scoring position for Tennessee with nobody out. And again, Karen Weekly looks like a genius with the shakeup of the batting order. And now the top three have reached in 3 of their 4 plate appearances.
Yeah,
Check at 5.
The whole idea was like, she literally was like, who can hit Jordy Bahl? Let's look back on the 2 appearances. 3 for 4 for Gabby Leach, 2 for 6 coming into this for Nugent, who's their normal cleanup hitter, now batting in the 2-hole, and then Ella Dodge, who has the home run, who's up to bat now.
Well, and to both hitters, 3 ball counts. She walked Leach, Nugent, 3-1 count, able to capitalize on it.
So here comes Ella Dodge with 2 on. This was her last swing.
Top of the first, got up on top of the plate, and Jordy Bahl trying to come in that kitchen. She says, heck no, sends it out of here for her 6th home run of the year. And I definitely tip my hat to Karen Weekly, because this is a freshman. Look at her numbers, 246. I mean, if you're basing on the whole season, this isn't your 3-hitter. But Karen Weekly said she is against Jordy Bahl.
Chance to give him the lead. Ground ball to second. Kamenson to Kuzak for 1, over to first. They'll just get the lead. So runners on the corners here with 1 down, and now the go-ahead 60 feet out. And here comes Boo Gibson.
First baseman for UT, number 24, McKenna Gibson.
Hit over 400 last weekend. 0 for 3 with a walk so far in the Super. One of these upperclassmen that has been to the World Series, has won SEC championships. Still high on the priority list is the first ever national championship for both of these programs. Gibson gets a hold of one. And back at the edge of the track, the catch is made by Kamenson. And on the tag, safe at second, as Ella Dodge's Gabby Leach scores, and it's 3-2. Boo Gibson with the sac fly.
Well, Boo Gibson, oh my gosh, for her to be able to get another run for this team. But look at this slide by Ella Dodge, the swim move. Beautifully done, and then she holds onto the bag. You guys, this is such a hard move. She recognizes to go inside the bag, pulls up her right arm to do the swim move to be able to get in safe. Otherwise, she's out at second base.
And then switched it to stay on the bag.
Yeah, and the timing of that important too, because Leach has to cross. That could have been the 3rd out of the inning. Leach has to cross home plate before that
point.
out.
So on a must-win night for Tennessee, they're back in front. Here's Taylor Panel. Panel sends one out to center. Nat Hill calling for it, and that'll do it. But a run in for the Lady Vols. Rocky Top on top in the third. Karlyn Pickens earlier this year had the fastest recorded pitch in history, and she's just thrown one faster, Smitty.
79.4 miles per hour, that pitch on the outside corner to Bahl that she fouled off.
I mean, we're getting close to 80. Like, what is happening right now? That is unbelievable. I don't care where you're at in the box. I'm impressed Jordy Bahl even fouled it off.
Yeah.
And when we hit that 80-mile-per-hour mark, which it sounds like Pickens might do it before the game is over, I love, by the way, she went up 3 miles an hour just for the at-bat to Jordy Bahl.
Yeah, so that one to Jordy Bahl. The previous fastest one was to Bree
Ellis, that's right.
So a little extra juice to some of the best hitters in the game.
Elevating. That first one was a ball. That one was a strike.
You know what's incredible, though, with Karlyn Pickens is a lot of times when you think that, you're thinking, oh, man, she's got to tense up and just she is so free and loose. Look at how athletic she is. She makes 79 look easy. I mean, that's what's crazy about the way that Karlyn Pickens is able to repeat that motion.
I mean, back in the day, there was some heaters, right? Debbie Doom, Michelle Smith. Now, today with, well, obviously the athleticism. Nice grab by Panel at third. But Michelle, also the work with all these pitching coaches, the mechanics, the video now that you can use as a younger pitcher.
Absolutely. It's all mechanics. Just we talk about the mechanics of hitting. It's the same thing with pitching efficiencies, right? It's like a car engine. It's more efficient you are, the more power that comes out, the less gas or energy that you consume or use. And that's Pickens. Long levers, uses them.
Here's Kuzak.
The key, though, as well, is that pitching is all about, right, the S's, speed, spin, spots, right? So you can't throw it right down the middle, and you got to make the ball spin so that it moves. The speed is one component of it, but when Pickens gets herself in trouble, she's either too sweet through the zone or her pitches aren't moving.
Back-to-back 20-win seasons, back-to-back SEC Pitcher of the Year honors, joining the likes of Monica Abbott and Stacey Nelson, Kelly Barnhill, the J-Train, Kelsey Dunn and Michelle Green, the others in SEC history since the late 90s. Three and one. More 3-ball counts now coming. And that's in for a strike. Smile from Pickens.
I felt like the one before it looked better.
Yeah. Another full count. Got her. She is back in form these last couple of innings. Holly?
Well, one thing I want to point out, Karlyn Pickens hitting 79.4 miles per hour today is insane. I remember like it was yesterday, we were at the World Series, and Monica Abbott hit 73, and we were all like, oh my gosh, 73 miles an hour. Now here she is 6 miles per hour faster than that. It is mind-bending right now what Karlyn Pickens is doing. I talked to her pitching coach about it. She said the force that she creates with her legs, she has a very open hip style. She really pushes against that front leg to get that torque.
She has struck out 6 of the last 8 she's faced.
Just uses all those levers, gets that front side down, so throws against a hard front side, which most elite pitchers will do. Ability to then get underneath pitches to throw that elite level rise ball.
And I have to say, when her off speed and her changeup are going, because it is a lot of limbs coming at you as a hitter. So you're already preparing for velocity. That's why these hitters are basically standing where the catcher is. They are back. But when she can throw her off speed, it just makes her unhittable.
Ground ball to Dodge at second. All right, the defense has to do some work as well tonight, but Pickens rolling right now, 3-2 Tennessee.
Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Super Regional on ESPN and presented by Capital One, here with Coach Karen Weekly. And Coach, first of all, you made some changes to your lineup that have paid off brilliantly. What was your thought process there?
The top three, game we played, first game of the season, game we played yesterday, they had good at-bats, and they'd done most of the damage. So trying to bunch them together, trying to split the lefties up throughout.
We've got a new mile per hour record set today from Karlyn Pickens. One of her foul balls to Jordy Bahl was 79.4 miles per hour. How do you see her really fine-tuning her speed today, but also the changeup seems to be better?
Yeah, I think she'd be happier if she was landing her changeups at about 90%. But she's doing better than yesterday. She's landing enough of them, and we're throwing a lot of them. And we need to do that to keep them off balance, because you can tell they're timed up for the velo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see if Pickens can keep it going. 3 2/3 innings of work yesterday, 3 innings today, and look at what she's thrown to Bree Ellis in the regular season, and now Jordy Bahl here earlier tonight. Just extraordinary velo numbers, and now it's back to work for Jordy. She'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup, and after watching the long, lanky Pickens, it's a whole different look that batters get from Jordy Bahl. They are excelling in different ways, Jess.
Yeah, well, especially because they're both so successful. That's what I love about the game of softball, is you don't have to be one build. And Jordy Bahl, different from Pickens in that she's not just using her levers. It's so explosive with her lower half. Watch her get off the rubber. It's intimidating as a hitter. I thought about putting myself in the batter's box against her, and you picture that just jump. I mean, she accelerates off the rubber. It looks like she's coming at you. And then she's able to move and manipulate her body to get her pitches to do opposite of that.
Fiedler sends it out to center. Nat Hill is there. 1 down. Well, this week's Sunday night baseball matchup has the Dodgers and the Mets head-to-head. Game time 7 Eastern on ESPN. Deportes and the radio coverage begins at 6 with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown. We've got a full day, possibly, of softball lined up with Game 3s tomorrow, trying to fill that World Series bracket of 8 teams. There was a chance we'd have 4 already, but only 2 managed to get sweeps, Texas Tech and Oklahoma. We will have Game 3s tomorrow, Florida, Georgia, and UCLA, South Carolina. If Tennessee wins here, we'd have this Game 3 tomorrow.
Let's go. I mean, Game 3s are the best, because then it's like throw everything at them, right? There's nothing left. Whole season's on the line. You're not saving for anything.
Still to come on the schedule tonight, Oregon can clinch, Ole Miss can clinch, and then a Game 3 Clemson and Texas win to get to the World Series. Loser is out.
Yeah, being on the East Coast, watching that Oregon game until 1 in the morning, but it was so good. Wall-to-wall softball from the moment you wake up till even probably after most go to bed.
Clark a fly out to right, her first time out. Waits on the off speed, and Kamenzen is there. 2 down.
Both these pitchers definitely knowing they need to change speed against these hitters as the innings and the pitches go on. It's advantage to the hitters to be able to identify pitches, barrel them up.
There you just saw Rhonda Ravel signaling in the pitches old school. They still use the armbands. And right next to her, I think that was Lori Sipple. The two of them as players and coaches have been responsible for what, 90%, that's Sipple 2 over, 90% of Nebraska's wins over the years. Lori works with the pitchers most of the week, right? And then Rhonda in game with the calls?
Correct. Both of them outstanding pitchers in their own right. Lori Sipple, one of the best drop balls in the game. I played against her for a number of years when she was at Nebraska and also with Team Canada, pitched in the Olympics.
Why are you twitching right now, Michelle? Is that bad memory?
Many bad memories of facing Lori's football at 40 feet with a drop ball that.
Oh, with a white ball that was filled with pudding.
Yes.
Filled with pudding.
And bats that were like using telephone poles.
A great appreciation for the old schoolers. It was a different game with the technology.
It's a cool article in the New York Times talking about the evolution white ball to yellow ball, and the hitting has taken over the sport. Doesn't feel like it in this game.
Ball gets Mailer. Strikeout number 3 for Jordy.
Jordy Bahl using the rise ball. So the yellow ball with the red seams, it's supposed to help the hitters, pitcher's advantage here in game 2 of this super.
Back in Knoxville here with Nebraska Coach Ravel. The score right now, they're on top, but what do you like about how your team has responded so far today?
I think we're battling. You know, they came out and they got the 2 runs in the top of the first, and we came right back and responded. I mean, we got 2 teams playing their guts out, right?
It's so fun to watch. Jordy Bahl, they have been hitting her a little bit. How long do you keep her in? What's the thought process there?
You know what? I'm just going with my gut. We talked about it before, you know, in our coaches meeting, but we're just riding our gut right now because there's a lot on the line.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly. Yeah, I don't know if either coach would be able to remove Bahl or Pickens with their mentality and their mindset of wanting the ball in the big moments. And this is a biggie. Oh, so close to a trip back to the World Series. If Nebraska wins, they're in. If Tennessee wins, it's game 3 tomorrow. Casey Hoffman is the pinch hitter here in the 5-hole for Nebraska. 5, 6, and 7 coming up. And a change at short defensively here for Tennessee. Bella Faw is out there to replace Laura Mueller.
That's very interesting. So Laura Mueller has been a leader for them defensively and with the bat. We've seen it a lot in the super regionals where shortstops have been replaced, but
another strikeout for Karlyn Pickens. It's number 7.
7th strikeout, going back to that rise ball. And because it's a lefty, you can see the way that ball's going to tail up. It's going to tail away from Casey Hoffman. 7th strikeout of the game on the rise for Pickens.
That'll bring up Bella Bacon.
I also think, too, the reason Pickens, we're seeing a different version of her is the defense has been strong behind her. I think that was, it's very defeating when there are errors behind you. Those errors turn into runs. And now she can pitch free.
She's done a really good job. First inning, she gave up those 3 hits, all ground ball hits. And since then, she has not allowed a hit and has really controlled the strike zone.
Big inning for her right now because this is when all heck broke loose last night for them defensively. 9 came to the plate in a 3-run 4th. With the 2 errors, a wild pitch, 4 free passes between her and Sage Margetko. She did not make it through 4 innings in game 1. Ground ball. Panel will cut that off and make the play. 2 down.
I think the biggest key is that she's using that changeup. She's getting ahead, so most of the hitters are falling down 1 and 2, 0 and 2. And it's so much easier to pitch in the circle when you can get ahead and then expand the zone.
Here's Abby Squire. Strikeout victim in the 2nd. Pickens has struck out 7 different batters tonight. Both these pitchers, by the way, familiar throwing on back-to-back days. 6 times this year. Excuse me, 9 times this year for Pickens. And Karlyn was 7-2 in the second starts back-to-back. And that hits her second free pass. And the tying run aboard now with 2 outs for Lauren Kamenzin.
Riding up underneath the hands.
Kamenzin takes strike 1. What a turn it would be with all the new additions for a Nebraska team that didn't make it to the NCAA tournament last year. We're watching from home, and the power of the portal has turned them into a World Series contender 12 months later. Runner goes and sliding in safely, no problem there.
Well, Nugent framing that pitch. I don't know if she just wasn't aware.
And did she leave the base early?
Early, yeah.
She did.
Wow. No doubt about it.
Immediately called.
No challenge necessary on that one. Heading to the 5th in a 1-run game. How about some notable 2-way national champions with their arm and their bat? Of course, back to the days of UCLA's dominance with Lisa Fernandez, Nancy Evans. How about Jenny Finch? Had an undefeated season in the circle that year en route to the title. Megan Langenfeld in that screwball in 2010. Lauren Hager when Florida went back-to-back, and of course most recently for the Bruins, Rachel Garcia. One of just a handful of National Players of the Year that have gone on to win the national championship in the same season. Knocked down at short, and an errant throw, and Alana Leach is on base out of the 9-hole, and here comes the top of the order.
Should go down as a base hit just because of where the location is. Would have been a difficult play no matter what. That 5-6 hole. Tennessee just doing a good job of hitting the ball on the ground, putting the ball in play. Yeah, she was going to be safe no matter what.
That's an infield hit for Leach. And so from Alana to sister Gabby. Back-to-back in the lineup. Gabby has reached twice, scored twice. And both times she got on base for free against this game's notable 2-way star in the circle, Jordy Bahl.
It was 3 passes that hurt Tennessee last night. 2 of the runs up on the board for Tennessee have scored those free passes by Bahl.
How cool is this, by the way? Both teams with starting sisters in the lineup tonight. Of course, the Leach legacy, the Leach dynasty of sisters is a good one. Great athletic family. One-two to Leach. Holly?
Well, the older sisters, Aubrey and Kelsey, have both played here for Lady Vol softball, and now the twins, Gabby and Alana. Dad, Todd Leach, of course, coached all the daughters. They have such a strong family resemblance, and Dad's still rocking the same twin jersey. I love it.
That's great.
How about all 4 sisters playing college softball, though?
Yeah.
That's
That's
some
pretty cool.
proud parents right there. Not easy to do, being student athletes.
That's some talent.
Yep.
Can you imagine wiffle ball games at the family reunion?
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Knockdown
talking.
dragouts.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's Aubrey.
Aubrey's playing and still playing Athletes Unlimited with the Blaze.
Full count. Ball's not liking these Leach sisters tonight. Keep getting on base. Ground ball to Kamenzen, play to first. So Gabby is able to move Alana over with a productive out, 1 down. Sporting those Summit Blue unis. And as Karen Weekly has done over the years, of course, used to coach with her husband Ralph, who is here. He's retired now. But drawing all the support and guidance over the years from legendary basketball coach Pat Summit. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, what a gift.
There's Ralph. Still keeping score, it looks like.
He's our Olympic team coach in 1996. Director of Ops in 2000.
Nugent didn't quite get enough of that one. Will it stay in play? Yes, it will. Caught by Squire. Leach unable to advance, 2 down.
Nugent just missed that too. Leads this team in home runs. Had a home run yesterday against Jordy Bahl.
Second baseman for the Lady Volunteers, number 25, Ella Dodge.
Packed house here in Knoxville for game 2 of the Super Regional. Must win for Tennessee. If they do, we've got game 3 tomorrow. If Nebraska wins, they are headed to Oklahoma City and the World Series. And it will stay a 1-run affair to the bottom of the 5th. Huskers coming back up. Good All-American pitchers duel tonight in Knoxville. Karlyn Pickens and Jordy Bahl head-to-head for the 2nd straight game. And a 1-run lead for Tennessee. Beth Mowens alongside Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith-Reese. And this one's a nail-biter, is a whole different Karlyn Pickens tonight.
Yeah, Karlyn Pickens has just been able to use that rise ball effectively, but her off-speed as well.
And she's breaking records again. Are you kidding me? Almost hitting 80 miles an hour, 79.4, and against Jordy Bahl. No coincidence at all.
And she is out there to go to work once again. To the bottom of the 5th. 7 strikeouts of 7 different Huskers. Lauren Kamenzen is not one of those. 8, 9, and then the top. And a 3rd showdown with Jordy Bahl coming up.
And that's it. That's the key pitch right there, coming in at 63 miles an hour. She's got that at the velocity she needs and also the location.
13th, now 14 swings and misses tonight for Pickens.
You can see the frustration from Lauren Kamenzen after that swing and miss. It's like, are you kidding me? 63 below my knee, and now you're coming up at 70 up above at the letters? And that's an off rise. So you're talking anywhere from 63 to technically 79 that we've seen with that pitch location. So something up in the zone can have that much variance.
2-2 got her. 8th different Husker she's sent back to the dugout.
Well, and I like the way that she sequenced this. So change-up, rise ball gets the swing and miss. She goes upstairs with the rise ball for the setup and then comes at the knees. That's got some upspin to it, so really good locations. Pickens is just dialed in here this afternoon.
Here's Breadwell in the 9th spot in the lineup. Ava struck out on a rise ball her first time up. one of the starters who's been around the program now, 4-year starter behind the plate, looking for her first hit of this super. Just 2 teams have advanced so far with 2-game sweeps to get into the World Series, Texas Tech and Oklahoma. Elsewhere, it has been tough sledding.
Competitive. Just the parity this year. I think, you know, we said it all year long. It was going to be a gamble to really try to decide who was going to be in Oklahoma City.
Last night, 2 extras.
Yes.
Made us stay up late. Or early, depending on where you were in the morning. Another walk-off for Oregon, and Texas able to stay alive. Bredwell sends that one deep. Back to the track at the base of the wall, and it's caught by Fiedler. Able to track it down. Bredwell just missed it.
And this is not easy to do because it kind of kept carrying it. And this is home field advantage as well. Just understanding your feet hit the dirt. The wall is coming, but Fiedler did not slow down. She knew the wall where it was at. And I love the reaction from her pitcher Pickens, because this is a double off the wall, and the excitement that she has. This did not exist for her yesterday.
And now 2 down with Jordy Bahl coming up. She won the first matchup, singled and scored. Pickens won the second matchup, struck her out. Just missed there at 76 miles an hour.
Giving her a little extra. 75. You guys, we haven't seen this to another batter.
No.
She's sitting 75 and above. She wants this.
Ball down the line and just foul.
And you better believe Jordy Bahl wants it too. I get more exciting about this matchup than the pitcher's duel because of how Jordy Bahl swings the bat.
Well, and it's interesting too because Jordy Bahl's hands are actually pretty low. A lot of hitters will think, oh, rise ball, I want to have my hands higher. She's been actually working, looks a lot like the Oklahoma hitters, obviously working with JT the last couple years or when she was at Oklahoma, but those hands, right? If she gets a good rise ball that she can elevate out of the yard.
She stays level with her swing, quick hands.
23 home runs on the year, just 6 allowed for Pickens. Pops it up behind the plate, swirling, and the catch is made by Sophia Nugent, and it's 1-2-3 for Tennessee.
Sophia Nugent getting a huge out here behind the plate, but it's a battery, and Karlyn Pickens is so fired up. I haven't seen her this excited all season long.
Hey, we are closing in on the Women's College World Series, the quadruple header to kick things off Thursday at noon Eastern on ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships at Beautiful Park in downtown OKC. The winner of this one will play the Oklahoma Sooners double elimination format leading up to a championship series. And oh my goodness, if that is Jordy Bahl against Oklahoma, heads will be exploding. Wow. And softball fans will be counting down the hours, but Tennessee has something to say about that. Could be a national championship rematch from 2013. Terrific snag at third, and able to make the play is Sammy Bland.
How about Sammy Bland. Look at the way she's going to lay out for this. This ball is charged. She's going to get down, throw from her knees, even a little bit of a bobble. And you know that Jordy Bahl is loving that defensive play. Coming over, going to give some high fives to Bland.
Sophomore out of Chino Hills, California. With the good glove work, here's Taylor Panel.
I just love the emotions when we see that from the pitchers in the circle. We see it from all players, but when you see it from this position, from the stars, just an understanding of how much they want this. Pickens on the flip side right now, Jordy Bahl, the fist pumps. They know how big this is.
Woo. Right down the turnpike. 1-1. Tried to mix speeds at the knees, 2-1.
Panel so far off of the plate. You know, it's discipline too, because sometimes you're off the plate, you're looking for that inside pitch. It's easy to chase it, even when it's out of the zone, when it comes to the quadrant that you're hunting.
Panel. Bacon stays down on it. 2 out. What you got for us, Holly?
Well, talking about the Nebraska defense, they have improved dramatically this year. In their first 35 games, in their first 28 games, they had 35 errors. They've only had 11 in their last 27 going into this super regional. And Rhonda Ravel said it took a big meeting earlier in the season to get the team on the same page. She actually showed them the stats, and it was something really bad. Like, we are I think they were 10th out of 17 in the Big Ten in the stats, and she's like, we're better than this. Jordy Bahl said we all had that meeting. We knew we could be better. We had a lot of pride in this group, and there you go. They have improved. Only 11 errors in their last 28 games. The message was delivered and received.
Yeah, and real clean so far in this postseason. None through the first game and a half of the Supers. Jordy's been sharing the wealth. Flyouts, groundouts, strikeouts. Little something for everybody defensively.
Well, they turned a double play earlier, second double play of the NCAA tournament, so don't always get a lot of opportunities to turn double plays because Bahl doesn't always let a lot of runners on base, but just playing cleanly. We talked about it, the free passes.
Well, it was Tennessee's defensive miscue yesterday that cost them a late shot at the game that Jordy was able to win.
Well, when you're going up against elite pitchers, the first thing you think of is just limit the strikeouts, put the ball in play, create some chaos on the infield. And when you do that, it's amazing how you can put runs up on the board.
Bahl gets strikeout number 4 in a 1-2-3 inning. It's getting later into the evening. Not many outs left to work with.
Jordy Bahl picks up her 4th strikeout of the game. This one on a drop ball. Bahl dealing.
This is the time of year where legends are made. Des Patman, a couple of tournament walk-offs already for the Ducks. Aaliyah Binford and Ole Miss trying to get to their first World Series. And can Reese Atwood get it done for Texas tonight in a big Game 3 against Clemson? Texas has been in 2 of the last 3 championship series. Clemson seeking their first trip to the World Series for a program that's, what, 6 years old? Under John Rittman?
Pretty amazing. Valerie Cagle in the circle and with the bat, I think a lot of people thought that would be their best opportunity to punch
last year.
Yeah, their ticket weren't
That
able
whole
to.
senior class. Yeah, they had a strong senior class that they graduated.
And so a young team that's on the verge is pretty amazing.
Duke got through for the first time last year from the ACC.
And with Florida State going down to Texas Tech, it's up to Clemson to represent.
Should be a wild ride in Oklahoma City. The #1 seed Texas A&M already bounced. They were gone in the regionals. Good glove work by Bella Faw, a defensive replacement at short who was the starter the first half of the season.
Oh my God, I love this defensive play, and then Ella Dodge coming over and bumping with Bella Faw. Look at the way this ball struck hard, but Faw with a really good job of getting to it, turns her feet, so she's got a great throw over to Boo Gibson at first, and there it is. Look at the energy between those middles.
That's a Bella bump, Schmitty.
There you go.
Bland retired. Here's Kuzak. This is big for Pickens to get through the heart of the order for what might be the last time tonight. Nebraska now down to 5 outs to work with. Otherwise, we've got a game 3 tomorrow here in Knoxville.
Well, this is another big batter for Nebraska when you're starting to count outs. Looking like Jordy Bahl might not get another at bat in this game. Ava Kuzak has been the second best hitter in this lineup.
Can tie it with one swing. She's got that kind of power, but
she tried with that one. She was hunting middle away. Pickens threw it up and out of the zone.
They have the late lead into the 6th inning. And oh, by the way, Tennessee 23-0 this year with a lead through 5. And that is the case right now. Pickens trying to continue her trend of 0 career losses in back-to-back starts to the same opponent. Three-two.
Wow.
Her first punch out of the night.
Oh, I love the excitement, the emotion, and honestly, the way that Karlyn Pickens understands the moment. I mean, this is what she's been doing all game long. Coming into this game and absolutely catches Ava Kuzak guessing, pipes that one with a little in spin, but it's the reaction. How do you not want to play behind her?
Number 9 for Pickens and the grounder to end the inning. We are headed to the 7th. Must win for Tennessee, and they are winning. To the last we go.
NCAA Softball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
The postseason drama, emotion, the fire for Tennessee and Nebraska. Huskers, if they come back and win this game with a walk-off, it's on to the World Series for the first time since 2013. For Tennessee, well, they're just interested in the next 24 hours. A win tonight, they survive to play another day, winner take all tomorrow. Jordy Bahl back out there in the circle to face the bottom of the order. 5, 6, and 7 will be coming up in the bottom of the 7th for the Huskers.
Both pitchers have been really efficient the last couple innings, retired the sides in order. 3 of the last 4 for Bahl. Velo's coming down a little bit, using more of the off speed and more spin, right? Better movement. You're not just chucking it past them, blowing it past them. Now you're spinning it past them.
Such different styles, these two pitchers. Both successful.
2-2.
Jordy with that unique pitching style where her center of gravity actually comes up and then she gets underneath of that rise ball.
Clark. Cammon's been busy at second, one down. Hey, tonight at 8:30 Eastern on ABC, it's Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Thunder up 2-0 on the T-Wolves. ESPN News will also continue their Insight Cast coverage with Avatar shot clocks and virtual 3D replays. NBA Countdown tips things off in about an hour. Bella Farr, her first NCAA tournament at bat, hitting .224 during the regular season. Jordy Bahl has induced 8 groundouts, 5 of them to second base. A handful of assists for Hannah.
Yeah, Jordy not getting a ton of swing and miss in this game. We've seen the reverse from Pickens, but where Jordy's done an excellent job is just hitting her spots, changing her speeds.
6 swing and miss, in fact, tonight.
Well, it will be interesting if the score holds. What would the matchup be tomorrow?
Oh, gosh, Schmitty, here we go.
Well, we talked about it even before the series started. How
Yeah.
many times had Pickens thrown 3 days in a row? How many times had Bahl thrown 3 days in a row?
And there's some advantage for Tennessee because Sage Marjecko came into the game in the 4th inning yesterday. Clearly, Karlyn is very stressed about this. But Marjecko gave up no hits, no runs, looked good as well.
Hannah Cammon's in and Kylie McGee would be other potential options, but I think if we were a coach, we'd probably ask Jordy, you want the ball? Yeah.
Yes.
Karlyn, you want the ball? Yes, please.
Yes.
World, do you want them to have the ball?
Yes, please. Strike out for Jordy. 2 down.
And this is that off speed to me, Smitty, that's so good because of that explosive movement up, and then she goes down and off. So when you see a pitcher coming at you with that kind of acceleration, and then she pulls the string on you, it's really hard to adjust.
Yeah, really, really tight over the top rotation on that. It reads to your eye drop, but it's off speed.
Alana Leach.
Well, and to the question of how many times this year has Pickens thrown 3 days in a row, she has 5 times this year.
They can rest Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right?
That's how all the pitchers used to do it. And it was double headers. This isn't that long ago either when the Aces reigned king.
We were curious about whether or not it's going to be a return of the MAC in the postseason. Of course, Nigeri Kennedy leading the way for Texas Tech. These 2 arms here. And they have not disappointed. I remember on Selection Sunday talking about Bahl and Kennedy. Where would they go? You do not want to see them come to your house. And you don't want to have to go to Tennessee to see Pickens too much. And sure enough, Bahl and Kennedy may find a way to both get back to OKC. And Pickens stands in the way of Jordy here. Of course, everybody continues to look up at the Oklahoma Sooners, who are back at the World Series for the 9th straight year. Got her. To the bottom of the 7th. A chance for Nebraska to tie it up or walk it off to the World Series. How about tonight's Capital One rewarding performance, Michelle?
It's Karlyn Pickens with those 9 strikeouts of 8 different Cornhuskers using a variety of pitches. That rise ball at the top of the zone, explosive, over 70 miles an hour. How about mixing speeds as well as being able to go downstairs? Karlyn Pickens, after a rough night last night, coming back with all that energy and emotion and in control here in the bottom of the 7th.
So here we go. Beth Mowens, Michelle Smith, Jessica Mendoza, Holly Rowe with you. 3 outs for Nebraska to work with. They win tonight. They go to the World Series for the first time since 2013. If Pickens shuts this down, game 3 tomorrow. Swing and a miss to Olivia DiNardo, followed by Bella Bacon and Abby Squire.
DiNardo already 2 strikeouts in her 2 at-bats, 1 on the screw, 1 on the rise. Goes right back up there for strike 1.
Tennessee looking to become the 3rd team today to force a game 3, joining Georgia and UCLA. The 3 due up this inning have reached once a hit batter and have struck out 4 times.
Pickens has been good, has not given up a hit since that first inning, has really been in control.
Both Nebraska runs back in that first. Hannah Cammons in a 2-run single. For Tennessee, Ella Dodge, the 2-run homer in the first, and a Boo Gibson sac fly in the 3rd. Otherwise, it's been the 2 golden arms. Called strike 3, 1 down.
And this is big for Pickens to start the bottom of the 7th with a strikeout looking of DiNardo. This is a pitch on the outer half. It's got screwball spin to it. And Pickens, again, with all that emotion, picks up her 10th strikeout of the game.
First baseman, number 3, Bella Bacon.
Bella Bacon, a strikeout and a ground out. On their feet in Knoxville. Checks it foul. One of the Nebraskans who came back home after starting a career elsewhere. High chopper, that's trouble. And the throw over to first pulled Gibson off the base, and the tying run is aboard. The game winner and the World Series ticket puncher stepping into the batter's box.
This is how you get a hit off of Karlyn Pickens right now. I mean, you're not going to barrel it up. You're going to use the ground and then try to use any kind of speed to get down the first baseline. Some confusion here, too, from Panel and Fa. Who is going to take this? This is all Taylor. She needs to come across the field a little more aggressively. She wants to throw out Bella Bacon.
Kennedy Williams is the tying run at first with 1 out. And it's Abby Squire at the plate. Three-year captain, the senior from Lincoln. One swing could do it, one swing and miss. Puts them up to their last out. Rise ball gets away from Nugent, and the runner does not advance from first.
Not only she not advanced, she was running back to first base. Did not see that it got by the catcher. See Kennedy Williams, she starts to head back to first instead of...
Missed opportunity there to get into scoring position.
It is a short backstop here, so it comes off. You have to react right away.
Tennessee has not blown a late lead all year long. Called strike 3, 2 down. Number 11, one shy of tying her postseason career high.
After working that rise ball to the righty, she's really been hammering at the knees, that low inside pitch. She's caught a couple of Cornhuskers looking on that pitch.
Pinch hitter coming up is Emerson Cope. 1 for 7 as a pinch hitter this year, 0 for 1 so far in the NCAA tournament for the sophomore from Topeka, Kansas. And Tennessee 1 out away from a game 3. Jordy's got a bat in hand and a helmet on, but she is still 2 away from coming to the plate. Cope has power, 6 homers on the season. And 1 swing can still end it here for Nebraska. One and one.
Again, we see Pickens recognizing the moment, velocity going up, 74 and 75 miles an hour in the last 2.
Cope, opposite field, base hit. Williams headed for third, and she is in there. And the tying run 60 feet away on the clutch pinch hit for Emerson Cope.
Can you imagine getting off the bench to face Karlyn Pickens? I mean, I give Emerson Cope so much credit, has not seen her yet. Comes off the bench to get the hit to continue this inning. So impressive.
Her first pinch hit since February. And now Breadwell will come to the plate with Jordy, Bahl on deck. And are they challenging the runner leaving first base early here? Does not, well, the umpires are talking about something.
The ruling on the field is the runner did not leave early from first base. Tennessee is challenging that ruling on the field. This play is under further review.
We've seen this in all of the super regionals now. Hoping to catch something. Not even close, she's late. Which, I mean, you want to be. Another look too at that. Sorry, I love looking at the hit of Cope because that was a beautiful job. It's a really good pitcher.
Kamenzen has re-entered to run at first base for Cope. So that is the game winner at first. tying run at third. And the drama ratchets up a notch here. One batter away from a possible Bahl at bat.
The ruling on the field is upheld. The runner did not leave early. Safe. That is Tennessee's first down.
Ava Breadwell is 0 for 2. And what a moment for the senior. Does not yet have a hit in the Supers.
She struck out 3 of her 4 at-bats against Pickens. Twice last night, once today.
Huskers have been dynamite in the postseason, hitting with 2 outs. Pitch gets away, but it comes right back to Nugent.
Camenzind advances.
Camenzind does move into scoring position at second. And now a base knock could send Nebraska to the World Series. Breadwell out to center. Sanaya Morgan is under it. And Tennessee holds on. And they even the series at 1 game apiece. And we will see you tomorrow for a winner-take-all Game 3.
How about Karlyn Pickens? 11 strikeouts after struggling yesterday. Hit batters, walks, errors behind her. A different team and a different Pickens in this one.
And how about the offense for Tennessee to be able to put up 3 big runs off of Jordy Bahl after yesterday not being able to get a lot of offense going?
Pickens strands 2 on base, and she strands Jordy Bahl in the on-deck circle. So Bahl and the Huskers win the opener. Pickens and the Lady Vols win Game 2. And they will square off again tomorrow, and the winner of that game will face Oklahoma in the World Series opener on Thursday. Still a lot more to come tonight. 3 more softball games for you, and we'll start it out with the 16-seed Oregon trying to punch a ticket, taking on the Liberty Flames. Mark Neely and Carol Brugman out in the Pacific Northwest for Ducks and Flames.